What's going on? CaptainRoBear here. This is Eberron, episode 43, the after show.
What a show it was.
Juicy stuff.
Oh, dude, this was like one juicy peach after another. Just
it was fun.
What I was going to say is I loved the recoil Garomesh, getting to dive a little bit more into that, because I know we lost a little bit of that connection with Umber, so I'm glad that is still getting picked up to start peeling that onion back a little bit more.
Just a bit more.
I loved how you said it's like, hey, it's like a relief, man. It's all there now. Yeah. You know, it's like, you can't haunt me what doesn't scare me anymore.
Yeah.
It's laid out. This is what it is. And it's funny because I'm going through the reverse. And now bit by bit it's making me more unconfident and me more nervous because my layers are being pulled back to where I have to feel something about the decisions I made, where you're now overcoming the decisions that you've made. It was a fun juxtaposition of having recoil really more or less confiding in you than really trying to talk it out. Really just felt bad about the white lie and the original of not telling you about the Lord of Blades at the very beginning when it was brought up.
That binding piece for you too, right?
Yeah. And like Garomesh completely understands the white lie, and they understood it in the moment too. Is like there's a certain level of truth that you can give the public and the mass public, because like the Men in Black quote, a person is smart, people are fucking stupid. They're panicky. They'll do anything they can to avoid the actual truth, and when it's laid out in front of them, they'll panic. And especially something like as big and ever present as the Lord of Blades is in the Eberron lore, like he's something you can fight, but there's no stat for him. It's up to the DM's discretion for the stats. So,
very very scary. But everybody's had that.
He could be the fucking train for all I know. The actual fucking train. Like that's when he's like he's on the train. I was like, no, bitch, he is the train.
He is the train. Bitch is the train. And I think everybody's had that moment in life one time where you were so scared to have a conversation or admit a truth or make that apology, and somebody else completely relieves you in one, like, no, it's fine. Like it's cool. Like we're good.
When you built it up so much more in your head. Yeah.
You go to start making the apology, and they're like, "Bro, it's over. It's
over. It's good." And it was fun to get to relive an awkward moment like that through a character. I haven't had one of those in a long time. Those are usually coming of age, where you get yourself dug into a hole like that.
Oh, interesting. That's kind of Recoil's shtick, right? Is he is kind of coming of age.
Oh, yeah, he is. I mean, he's age reversal. He's Benjamin Button on experiences. Yep. I appreciated that time. Since we knew we were Atomless, we were going to be like, okay, cool. We always take those opportunities to have a really good time with RP and do good old fashioned campfire RP and have a good time and kick it a little bit. And that burns a good half episode, and then we can get to like just enough where we can push the story forward, where it's not too far forward, where we leave our boy behind. We're like,
easy catch up for him, right? Yeah, like exactly.
You guys are fucking pros at that.
Meanwhile, I take a night off, and suddenly we're in a dream realm, and everything's fucking upside down, and there's lore that I'm missing, and I'm like,
It's okay. It happens that way.
It's gonna do it every time somebody's out.
We got lucky.
Hey, you know what? At least every time you don't take a break, you don't come back with 19 kids.
This is true.
Yeah.
I mean, all I did to Adam was make him look like a sorry ass fucking fire alarm.
I mean, he nat one on a plane traversal. Like that's just happens. Yeah.
Man. I'm glad you enjoy the hometown character that Gottlieb is.
Oh my God, Gottlieb is every shade tree mechanic that I've ever met and had beers with, and it is so comforting. It is so comforting.
Gottlieb just gives and gives and gives, doesn't he?
The real life Gottlieb works at Hut Step Auto Body and Mechanic.
Yep. That's the same dude.
Yep. I don't know if they've ever actually brought a beer to the party ever.
Right. No. Well, that's
Nope.
yeah. I know some.
Well,
that have,
no,
but for
it's
the most
well.
part-
And let me tell you, it's not the amount that they drink. I can tell you that.
right. That's for damn sure.
But
the
you know
quality.
what? They're always willing to help out. They're always helping, doing
And
something.
they do. Dishes get clean magically. Like
They'll fry fish
Food
for
gets
18
made.
straight hours.
a good food gets made. That is, I think that's always like that's the feather in the cap for that human, whatever they are. They know that they can whip up a tasty meal, and that'll schmooze any of those situations over.
Yes, sir.
Not gonna lie, we're kind of sweating it when we realized we didn't have a pass without a trace.
I don't know how
every
long
stop.
I've had greater invisibility prepared, because I feel like I should have used that earlier, but I haven't.
It's a fun workaround of, well, technically, I'm a
You're
creature.
a creature.
This can work.
Are you
But
creatures?
how about Feisty pulling out the 22? You were on 22 before I even told you to back down. You're like, that was the number. You were set on that before you hit the high number, and you're like, I think it's this number. And I'm sitting here, I'm going, man, he knows the number. Now he's just trying to, how does he get there?
How do I get there? I don't know, man.
And I hadn't
It's
told
just-
you guys yet that it was going to be, I was going to band it where I was going to let you, as long as you were adjacent my one number, I wasn't going to make it the,
Which is how radios work.
Yeah.
So I mean, it totally makes sense. You know, you could be a one band off and still hear
Yeah.
the impedance coming over.
You want to know how first adjacency works? Because I can tell you.
turn up
We've got a
the
radio.
Yeah, I deal with that shit on the weekly.
But I did know it needed to be an even number. I did know that, because if we all know radios, it needs to be an even number.
Well, if it weren't for radio and Leightash, I might have blown up my fucking gun too between our fucking rolls. Hardest tinker checks of all time.
You guys were struggle bussing. I'm so glad
Bad.
I decided to not go off into meditation and just hang out with you guys at the fort.
Holy
Oh, man,
shit.
that was fucking rough. 3 1s.
Three ones. It
And
was
then a 20.
just a calling card to Adam, just saying that I feel you with your presence. I know you're here.
I will say, and this happens to him a lot too, all of my ones came after saying one before pressing roll.
It did.
And
That's why I told you to stop saying fucking one.
When we fucking switched that.
I've told Adam that he manifests the ones.
And I'm pretty sure that that's what happens. I mean, he puts that energy out there. We also put that energy out. Don't roll a 1. And then he rolls, right?
And,
Like,
yeah.
ugh, fucking wild. Honestly, that was probably one of the most dice we've rolled in a non-combat in a long time.
We had a bunch of shit to do. We had to fix shit. We had
Which- It's fun.
dice.
it's
As
fun to
long
do
as you're
it
able
with-
to do dice challenges, you're gonna have a good time.
Yep.
And we had plenty of them. That last, we all get to the final spot. Hell or high water. Leightash with the high enough rolls. Yours were scary because you only have a +1, right? To your stealth.
Basically a 7.
My stealth?
Yeah, what
My
is your stealth?
stealth's +7.
Okay, it's a +7. Okay, so better than the +1. But
But
There's
no
no-
advantage, right? He's
No,
just
no
rolling
advantage.
flat.
I'm just basically going off, God-given personality.
And those dice numbers to hit were high, so a +7,
I don't think
does
there's
not
been a
leave
night
whole
where
lot of
we
wiggle
almost
room.
used like all 3 of our inspirations
Yep.
for a session. That shit
I
was
burned-
like gone.
Half my bardic inspirations tonight. Next fight we go into, it's like, it's gonna be a little low on bardic inspirations.
little tight.
Would you say it was a short rest inside this tavern?
Oh, yes, I will be pressing for that. So what we're saying is we have a short rest while we're sitting here
Hey.
chatting and having beers.
You're lucky. Short rest is easy to come by for me.
Hey, I get all my inspirations back on a short rest, so I'm okay with that.
I don't think we get Flash of Geniuses back until
No,
long
we don't.
rests,
We
so.
don't. But we got I got 4 of them left. Like
Yeah, there's a high
hammer don't hurt them. I'm feeling good.
hammer don't hurt.
Don't hurt him, Hammer.
I'm feeling good about that. You know, I'm all right on that.
So, lore-wise, though, what did we get? We spent a day and a half in the Dream Realm fighting the big cock.
We ain't got shit.
Overcome that to come back to Yazvok already rabble-rousing in New Throne.
I'm pissed about that. Literally, physically pissed that
Right? Like, it's upsetting.
We have spent this time fucking proving ourselves to the scales as the fucking flame has pushed their way into New Throne.
Yep, unchecked. And with the annoying rabble rousing of human first, like that's just
So
it is
pissed.
infuriating.
It's a difficult
That's a rough spot to be in.
sell for you guys to be in. And
We don't know what happened to the Twilight Walkers during that time and their negotiations with King, right?
the negotiations might still be going on. They may not even chosen yet, but the flame is making their move,
which is
you don't know,
forcing a hand in a way because of what we're seeing. So many people joining in and being like, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I'm a human. I think that's you're talking about me.
Yeah.
Ugh. Infuriating.
And they're getting money. They're getting contract. Like, that's the difference. Now you see an eternal flame that has been giving government contracted money to do what they want to do. No longer with flames and pitchforks. They found a way to now make money and peddle their bullshit, which is right now fear and security.
Which is the two coveted things that are needed for the town, is to be less afraid and to have security.
And they're going to pimp it. They're going to pimp it hard.
Welcome to Magenta. Make New Throne great again.
No.
You know, what is Sebastian's Kirkson going to do? Now you're sitting in there. You've fucked his shit up once.
But to fuck it up again.
But I guess we don't necessarily know if he is aware of the strings that we're trying to pull. He might be, he might not be. We don't know.
You don't know. This is a lot of this where you find out these pieces inside of the Revenant Shadow in this depot. Like, okay, what does Echo know? What does the Twilight Pact know?
Yep.
What do they feel?
Dude, super smart callback on the carrier pigeon and the shifters, because that is a huge pocket
That's
ace.
a huge pocket ace, dude.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's a great call.
Yeah, I was like looking, like just digging through the stuff, and I'm like, because I was like, I knew that I met the people in the bar. I just couldn't remember like if that was what led me to the goblin in the guild, or if like it was something completely different.
I know the interaction that I was a part of was the thief, which was a part of Revenant Shadows. I'm pretty sure the shifter group happened before Oxy showed up into the campaign.
Yes, it was at the bar at the Ultima Parola before you came into the campaign.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that's gonna be huge, because they're definitely on the Watch's shit list for being non-human, right?
Yeah,
they're already stirring up shit.
You know, they're finding steady work out here. Like, fuck these people. You know, stirring shit up. And how does House Thrask feel about this fucking very hardline faction?
I was thinking about that. You know, I was trying to put myself in that position, and honestly, they probably don't care, because
money.
If the Flame Watch is in charge, they've got the security that they need. Shit's running tight. So what? They're
House
killing off
Thrask
everybody that's not human.
Don't give a fuck
Yeah.
what happens over in this corner of the shithole world.
No, they
You're
just
lucky
care to know who's
you
in
have an
charge and that
alliance
they're-
with the Red Wolf that does care. about
Now, that is a
vanquishing.
that's a different boot to put yourself in.
There is at least a order and oath or following that he's like, this place has got to be fucking cleansed or it's a problem, and that's what they pay me for.
Right.
I know this place has got fucking problems and it's going to rear its fucking head. So you have this support and that kind of backbone, but he's fighting this much
He's got a whole other
larger
fucking mission. Right.
you know, this much larger, bigger picture battle where he's like, fucking settle it with these motherfuckers. I don't care. Do whatever you need to do. I need you the next time I find a fucking a ziggurat.
Ziggurat.
Yeah, like
And I also need you to do the shit that I already contracted you for, which is to secure New Throne. So
secure this shit so it's not a problem where I have to come back here.
Right.
That's not going to bode well for us if we have to come back.
I mean, we've got things lined up pretty well, right? We've got at least from a lizard folk
now.
At least from a lizard folk perspective, right? We have those chips starting to line up for us, right? But now we've got.
You'll be making your choice. Do you make your appeals? Do you make the gorilla attack and try to chop the head off the snake? Do you succeed on your appeals? And then an eternal flame says they're not going to leave.
Right.
They're going to take over the capital after all. You don't know what their intentions are.
And we have a somewhat of a good idea.
They kind of feel like conquerors running through the streets talking about salvation and, the greater flame.
But
in that information way, not in that fist way.
Yeah.
You got scared people.
Yep.
That love to see someone that looks like them instead
selling the thing they want to buy.
Scales or pitch black armor.
Yep.
That's a whole different culture. Here? Oh, okay. All right. We're gonna build some mega churches. That's fine. That's better than the fucking obelisk, right? And then it's like, then all of a sudden it's like, no, I don't think we should sell booze 2 days out of the week. Actually, I think we need to cut that off at about midnight. And before you know it,
you can only buy booze on Saturdays, and it's in a back alley. It's a sad town.
Only
Sad
Joel Osteen can buy booze.
Got one guy named Tickle making hooch for the entire county.
hey guys, this is Tickle and Gottlieb. And
We've officially established the bootleggers.
And that is where we will leave you, because we're going to pick up inside that Revenant Shadow next week. Love you guys. Thanks for hanging. We'll see you next week. Don't forget, new campaign Thursday, 9:30 p.m. CDT, called the Netherdeep. We'll see you then.